Oh yes, I wanted to say, relationship with my mum, I mean, we were close. Did everything together. I was clear on what she was thinking, what she valued, how she was feeling, what she wanted. We'd do things always together. We'd sing together, we'd do the housework together, we'd go shopping together. The garden, we'd sit in the garden. Sleep together. If she had a migraine, then I would lay next to her in bed during the afternoon, curtains drawn, fire on to keep warm. I was caring for her, close, closer than close. People thought I was an angel. What an amazing child. What is it? He was so happy to be just in Mum's company. She would be rabbiting on, chatting away with some friend. I would be laying under her chair, just content to be in her company, you see. It's probably because, as I say, I hadn't had Mum. I'd had a good fostering lady that rescued me. I've had the benefit of her probably for a couple of years, perhaps 3 years. And then I'd had a brief period with Mum, something like 7 months, say, 8 months. And then I was in hospital with TB for a year and a half. Didn't come out till I was just 5 years old. Didn't see Mum more than an hour a week on Sunday afternoons, when she and Dad would drive over to the sanatorium, as it was called, specialist hospital that cared for TB patients. So that was possibly the architecture behind why I behaved the way I did. I don't know, but I should think so. It could be. But she was everything to me, you see, and me to her. Well, it was the fact that it was me to her was everything that made her everything to me. And that's how God is with us. We are everything to Him, His children. What other God would you have but one that loves perfectly? I won't entertain the idea of anything else. I know what I value, and you probably do too. So we become devoted to God, and this devotion is life itself, is the fullness of their life, their being, and we know it. And we rejoice in it, we flourish in it. Do everything with Him. Our Heavenly Dad, our dearest friend. Oh, that buzz was a phone call from a friend in Fiji. Well, in the course of conversation, I said, oh no, I only remember the good things. And she said, well, no, you have to remember the bad as well, because we learned from the bad. I thought, oh, and I agreed with her, of course, because I thought, yes, she's absolutely right there. So, what do you think of that, Marshall? Are you being steered in the right direction? Yes, thank you, Lord. And I have a cover story for my view that whatsoever's good and lovely, think on these things. You see, in the assurance of our Heavenly Dad's love for us, we take it that all that He allows that happens to us is for good. So we can thank Him for the difficulties too, because they are the blessing. The lessons, if you like. So the difficulties we face, instead of being ignored, we thank God for it in trust. We celebrate. And then we get the fullness of the difficulty. I don't mean more and more difficulty. I mean the fullness of the lesson, the blessing, the benefit of such. For as my friend says, we need to remember the lesson. And to do that, we need to remember, in a sense, the difficulty that the lesson uses to teach us goodness and fullness of life is a blessing. So, rather pleased with that. Consistent, of course, with my view that we should thank God for the difficulties, because he's an all-powerful God who loves us. Do I dwell on the difficulty? Well, you can dwell on the difficulty in the context of the presence of God, because you're assured that it's a blessing. And, this is fullness of life, to be assured of his goodness. But of course that's not the same as a negativity. In fact, it turns it into a positivity. It's not the negativity of a gossip that just says, isn't the world terrible? And self-righteously, in some sense, judging it and dwelling on it in that sense. We are not dwelling on the situation that faces a secular person, where they have to face the troubles of life without the assurance of God. That's hell. Well, it's hell compared to the heaven of having the assurance of God. Thank you, Heavenly Dad.